Hello friends! Today we're going to talk about how we can create our skin tone painting into a different type of artwork. We just talked about including and accepting all of our friends and all of the people in our school, in our community, and in our family that have different types of skin tones. So we're going to create an artwork that shows that we love to include and accept all of the individuals that we talk to and interact with in our society. Let's get started. Because we created a painting that has all different skin tones, we are going to be using our hand to show that we accept and care for all of the skin tones that we painted and created. We're not going to use our painting right now. We're going to start with a black piece of paper, and you are going to be tracing your hand. Now, for some of you, you might be using a white color pencil or a regular pencil. I'm going to use a white color pencil to start so you can go ahead and see how I'm tracing my hand. I like to write my name with my right hand, so I'm going to use my left hand to trace. I'm going to trace all the way down to my arm, starting from the bottom of the paper. I'm going to draw and trace around my hand. I might even get the shape of my watch in there. I'm going to nice and slowly trace around my fingers. And once I come back down, I'm going to trace all the way back down to the edge of the paper to where my arm is. If I did it correctly, when I lift up my hand, you can see I have traced it. Now you can see also I made a little mistake because of my watch and my bracelet. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to erase that with a pencil, and I will just draw my wrist so it doesn't look so weird. Now I can go ahead and we are going to cut out this shape because we're going to be using the outside border to glue over top of our painting. So the next thing we're going to do is with our scissors, remember the big hole is where your fingers go, the little hole is where your thumb goes. Nice and slow, since these are curves, we're going to cut out our hand. And there we go. You can see I'm not going to use this part right now. I'm going to be using the border to glue down and decorate the rest of my picture. So what I'm going to do is I am going to be gluing down this black piece of paper over top of my painting. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now because we're actually going to use glue and a paintbrush to glue down our paper to make sure it's really smooth on our painting. Now we are ready to start to glue. I'm going to give everyone their own container of glue and the glue paintbrush. The way this works is that you are going to be opening your glue. We are going to add glue around the border of our paper and around the outline of our hand. Then we will glue it onto our painting. So I'm going to dip and wipe my brush because we don't want drips of glue. So remember that. Dip and wipe. You can practice it a few times. Dip and wipe to make sure you got it right. Then I can start to paint glue around my hand. Dip and wipe. And I'm going to paint around my hand as an outline. I'm also going to paint all around my border. I'm going nice and slow so I don't make a mistake. Dip and wipe, and so I don't have drips of glue. This will be a little challenging, and if you need help, you can raise your hand and I am happy to help you. Once I have added glue all around my paper, then I'm going to glue it onto my painting background. You can see I'm trying not to get it on the desk. You can see I'm trying to dip and wipe my paintbrush as I go, so I am not dripping. Dip, oopsies, and a wipe. Getting a little messy over here. That's okay because we are in art. Once I'm done, I can go ahead and leave my paintbrush and my glue for a few minutes. This is going to be a little tricky, so I can always help you through this part. We're going to flip this paper onto our painting. So I'm gonna take my paper, I'm gonna try to line up the corners of my paper with my painting, and I am going to really smoothly tap it down. Pat it down so you know it sticks onto your painting. When you are done, you'll be able to see all the skin colors on your hand. The last thing we are going to do is decorate the outside. You might write the word together, you might write or draw your family, maybe you'll draw some hearts to show that you are accepting and like to include others. It is totally up to you. Whatever you create, I know it will be awesome. Happy creating!